It was supposed to be a normal Tuesday. 8-year-old Ilara came bouncing into the house after school, her backpack half open and her curls wild from the wind. Her mom, Olivia, barely looked up from the kitchen counter where she was chopping vegetables. "Mom," Ilara said breathlessly, dropping her bag with a thud. "You're not going to believe who I met today." Olivia smiled without turning. "A new friend?" "No, someone who looks exactly like me." That made Olivia pause. "What do you mean exactly like you?" "She has the same nose, the same eyes, even the same freckle near her eyebrow. Her name's Isla. I thought it was a mirror at first." "It was so weird," Olivia chuckled nervously. "Maybe she just resembles you." "No, Mom," Ilara said with sudden seriousness. "It was like looking at myself." Something in her tone made Olivia's stomach twist. Later that night, after Ilara went to bed, Olivia found herself scrolling through the school's student portal. She had to see this girl. She clicked through class photos until she found her. Isla. Her heart stopped. The resemblance wasn't casual. It was identical, right down to the dimple on her left cheek. Olivia dropped her phone. She sat there in stunned silence. Could it be? No. Impossible. She remembered giving birth to Ilara. Alone, scared, but certain she only had one child. But now, a deep unease crept into her bones. That night, sleep wouldn't come. Only questions. Who was Isla? Why did she look exactly like Ilara? And why, deep in Olivia's chest, did something feel like it had just cracked open? The past she thought was settled was about to unravel. The next morning, Olivia packed Ilara's lunch with shaking hands. "Do you know where Isla lives?" she asked casually. Ilara shrugged. "She gets picked up in a white car, not a school bus. Her foster mom works at the hospital." The word foster rang in Olivia's ears like a warning bell. After Ilara left, Olivia couldn't help herself. She went straight to the school and asked to speak to the secretary under the excuse of a parent-teacher matter. After some sweet talking, she got her hands on Isla's emergency contact sheet and snapped a quick photo. Her hands trembled as she walked back to the car. She Googled Isla's name, her foster parents' name, anything. Most searches turned up nothing, but then she stumbled across an old post on a local adoption forum. A newborn girl. Found abandoned in a hospital hallway. No name, no identification, no parent ever came forward. That was 8 years ago. Olivia's chest tightened. She looked at the baby photo in the post. The eyes were unmistakable. That night she took a deep breath and opened the top drawer of her closet. Inside was the box she had buried years ago. Hospital wristbands, ultrasound photos, the one detail she had tried to forget. She had been told she was having twins. But the nurses said one had died before birth, born still, never cried, never moved. Now, with every cell in her body screaming otherwise, Olivia whispered aloud, "Did they lie to me?" The next morning, Olivia called a private lab. DNA testing. She didn't even know if it was legal, but she didn't care. She had to know. She would find a way to get Isla's DNA. Because if she was right, that little girl wasn't just Ilara's twin. She was her daughter, too. Olivia couldn't sleep, couldn't eat. All she could think about was Isla, Ilara's twin, her child, maybe stolen, maybe lost. She picked Ilara up from school with a plan. "Sweetie," she said gently, "do you think Isla would want to come over for a playdate this weekend?" Ilara's face lit up. "Yes, can I ask her tomorrow?" "Please do." The next day, Isla agreed. Saturday came. Olivia watched nervously as the two girls laughed and played in the backyard. It was eerie, like watching a movie in duplicate. Same laughs, same mannerisms, same way they pushed their hair behind their ears. After dinner, Olivia knelt beside Isla. "Hey, honey, can I show you something fun?" She pulled out a cotton swab and a glass of water. "We're doing a little science project about family trees. Can I swab your cheek?" Isla giggled. "Okay." She had no idea what it really meant. When Isla left that evening, Olivia sent the swabs off immediately. Then the waiting began. Each day dragged like molasses. She checked her email obsessively, afraid and hopeful all at once. What if she was wrong? But she knew she wasn't. The way Isla looked at her sometimes, it was like recognition flickered behind her eyes. On the fourth night, Ilara asked something that stopped Olivia cold. "Mom, why did you cry when Isla left?" Olivia swallowed hard. "Because sometimes your heart remembers something your mind forgot." Ilara tilted her head. "Like dreams?" "Yes," Olivia whispered. "Exactly like dreams." 2 more days passed. Then, on a quiet Thursday afternoon, the email finally came. Subject, DNA results, Ilara Monroe and Isla Daniels. Her hands trembled, her mouth went dry. This was it, the moment everything would change forever. Olivia clicked the email, her heart hammering like a drum. She read slowly, afraid to blink. Every word seemed to pulse off the screen. Relationship, monozygotic identical twins, probability of match, 99.99987%. It hit her like a wave. Not cousins, not distant lookalikes, identical twins. Her daughters. She stumbled back, gripping the edge of the table. Memories exploded in her mind. The NICU, the beeping machines, the doctor's somber face telling her only one survived. She remembered holding one tiny baby, remembered sobbing, broken, as they wheeled the other away. They never showed her the second child, never let her say goodbye. And now, after 8 years, here she was, living, laughing, in foster care. Tears flooded her face. She had lost a child, and now she had found her. But what now? Would the system believe her? Would Isla's foster family let her go? Would the courts believe a grieving, emotional mother with a DNA test? She emailed the lab to verify again. Same results. She reached for her phone and called her sister. "I need you," she said through sobs. "They lied to me. Isla is mine." A long pause on the other end. "I'll be right there." Olivia looked at the photo of Ilara and Isla, cheek to cheek, smiles wide and free. Two girls who didn't know they had lost each other. Two hearts waiting to be reunited. But now, Olivia had something she didn't have 8 years ago. Proof. With the DNA results printed and trembling in her hands, Olivia walked into the county child welfare office. Her throat tightened, but she straightened her spine. "I need to speak to someone immediately," she said. The receptionist raised an eyebrow. "Do you have an appointment?" Olivia slid the DNA documents across the counter. The woman glanced down, eyes widening. "Oh." An hour later, she sat in a room across from 2 social workers and a legal liaison. "My daughter Isla was placed into foster care due to a mistake at birth. I was told one of my twins died. That wasn't true." They examined the test, eyebrows furrowed. Pens scribbled. "Do you have hospital records?" "I have everything. Wristbands, ultrasounds, the original twin confirmation." One of them asked quietly, "Have you told Isla?" "No, not yet. I didn't want to confuse her. But she deserves to know. She deserves her family." There was a long pause before anyone spoke. "This is extremely serious. If this is verified, we'll need to open an investigation into the hospital as well." Olivia nodded. "I don't care about lawsuits. I just want my daughter." "Okay," one said gently. "The next step is supervised visitation. We'll contact her foster guardian." Olivia's heart swelled. Progress. When she left the building, the sky looked brighter. Hope was no longer a theory, it was moving. That evening, as she tucked Ilara into bed, her daughter whispered, "Will Isla be my sister now?" Olivia smiled through tears. She always was. She just didn't know it yet. The foster center smelled like lemon cleaner and crayons. Olivia's hands trembled as she waited in the designated room. Plastic chairs, a coffee machine humming, walls covered in children's artwork. The door opened, and there she was, Isla, her Isla. Olivia stood, unsure what to say. Isla blinked, then offered a hesitant smile. "Hi," the little girl said softly. "Hi, sweetie," Olivia replied, kneeling. "Thank you for coming." They sat together and colored at first. Isla talked about school, her favorite animals, and how she liked waffles more than pancakes. Olivia just listened, mesmerized. "How do you know me?" Isla finally asked. Olivia hesitated, then pulled out a picture, baby Ilara and a photo of baby Isla from the foster file. They were indistinguishable. "I think you're very special," she said gently. "I think you were born into my heart, just like my daughter Ilara." Isla stared. "I look like her." "You are like her," Olivia whispered. "You're her sister." Isla's eyes widened. "But I don't have a sister." Olivia's voice trembled. "You do. And I'm your mummy too." Silence. Then Isla leaned forward and whispered, "Can I call you Mommy?" Olivia nodded, her heart breaking wide open. "Yes, baby, you can." The social worker watched silently, her eyes misty. Something sacred was happening, something no paperwork could ever fully explain. When the visit ended, Isla hugged Olivia tightly. "I liked today," she said. "I did too," Olivia replied. As they parted, Olivia knew one thing: this was just the beginning. Her daughters had found each other, and now she would fight to bring them home, together. Just when Olivia thought the surprises were over, a letter appeared in her mailbox. No return address. The handwriting was shaky and unsure. She opened it with trembling hands. Greater than dear Ms. Monroe, if you're reading this, then the truth has reached you. I was the delivery nurse the night you gave birth to twins. Olivia gasped. Greater than there was chaos. One baby had complications, the other was stable, but during the transfer between NICU rooms, a mix-up happened. The words blurred as tears filled her eyes. Greater than by the time it was discovered, the paperwork was already filed wrong. The system thought only one baby belonged to you. I was told to stay quiet. I didn't. I tried, but no one listened. Then the years passed and I let fear silence me. Greater than, but I followed Isla's journey. I recognized her from the news stories about children in foster care. I recognized your daughter. I've been sick for a long time. Before I leave this world, I wanted you to know, it wasn't your fault. Isla was never abandoned. She was taken. The final lines broke her. Greater than, please forgive me. I hope one day your daughters will grow up together, how they were always meant to. Nurse Amelia Rhodes. Olivia clutched the letter to her chest. There was pain, but also peace. The truth had come out. Now justice would follow. 2 weeks later, the call came. Miss Monroe, the judge has reviewed all documentation. Your petition for full custody has been approved. Olivia collapsed into her chair, sobbing. That evening, she opened the door to find Isla standing there, suitcase in hand, Ilara bouncing behind her. You're home, Olivia whispered. Isla dropped her bag and ran into her arms. Mummy! Tears spilled freely. For the first time in 8 years, her family was whole. That night, Olivia pulled out the old baby book she once thought she'd never finish. She pasted a new photo, Ilara and Isla, cheek to cheek, identical smiles. Below it, she wrote in blue ink, day 2920, Isla came home. From the porch, she watched her daughters play in the sunset. Their laughter soared, across years of pain, loss and hope. Ilara looked up. Mom, we're twins. Olivia laughed, her heart full. Yes, baby, you were always two halves of one soul. As the girls ran into her arms, Olivia held them tightly. Late. But finally, together, home.